Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. We are getting into extreme times, very scary, frustrating, and confusing times. There's a lot going on. The markets are overwhelmed, they're exaggerated to extremely high levels, and people don't know what to do. Running around like a chicken with your head cut off is the worst thing to do. So hopefully this video will give some clearance, some opportunity to capitalize on your profits and make the right strategies or make the best investing strategies possible. So before we start, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe because I do post daily videos. Now, recession is almost impossible at this point. We are running out dry of not only silver but our fiat currency as well. The feds are cushioning the economy, but people are not seeming to ease up on this as COVID-19 spreads. So what is the best strategy for you? Where should which direction should you go? Should you buy, sell, hold, or trade? Right now, I think the best thing would be holding off on everything as be well this I'll put it this way. If there wasn't such high premiums from these online bullion dealers, I would say right now is a perfect time to buy silver because spot price is so cheap. But even online the premiums are $13-14. Even though spot price is $14, you're gonna have to pay $29 for an American Eagle, which we've never seen before. But that's also having to do with the silver shortage. So when I'm talking about recession, I'm talking about how bad things are in our financial system, and a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of people don't understand that we're $24 trillion in debt, and we're trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing it with more debt and piling up this big scary monster that we cannot defeat. It's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card, and that's never going to work. So we need to understand, we need to learn to take action, find alternatives, because there is no solution. There's no solution to the problem. We're way too far in the hole to dig ourselves out. So we can invest in the precious metals. Hopefully at this point you've built a nice portfolio so you are prepared. And that's the difference between, that's what sets us apart from everyday people, is that we are preppers to some extent. And when we're talking about SHTF, there's definitely different types of silver you can invest into, which I'll talk about a little later into the video. But right now, the dollar's lost 98% of its purchasing power due to hyperinflation, and it's looking like something big is going to happen. Not only this, we have the 2020 presidential election that also is going to entail a lot of controversy. So things are getting scary. I mean, I'm not one to instill fear and panic, but you need to know the reality of things, and things are not looking too pretty. Stock markets are crashing. Gold and silver seem to be the only investments that are staying somewhat afloat and that actually have potential to rise during these times. See, stock markets are pegged to the economy doing good, the economy doing well. So if things are going good in the economy, if things are going, smooth sailing, then stock markets are going to be rise and they'll be in the green. But if things are going bad in the economy, then stock markets crash. See, gold and silver capitalize off of economic turmoil and fear and panic and controversy. So right now it's looking like gold and silver have the upper hand compared to everything else. So that's something to keep in mind, because when we're looking forwards, when we're looking ahead, all we can do is compare it to what's happened in the past. And we've seen in the 1970s and the 80s, the same thing happened, recession looming, stock markets crashing, and then in 2008, 2009, the credit crash, the financial system crashing, which led to $50 silver both times. So the opportunity, the potential for $50 silver is very high in the future. And that's where we can take opportunity, and especially since things are actually more severe right now than back then. Now we also have this other player in the game, which is COVID-19, which is causing measures to be even more exaggerated, to be even more extreme, which is going to entail more extreme prices. So things are looking crazy, but I promise you, this we will get through this, and it's only going to benefit us to some extent if we can invest rationally. See, that emotional attachment is what deviates us, is what tears us apart, because there's so many emotions into these markets. People don't think rationally. They have irrational decision making, impulse buying, panic selling. It leads to a lot of bad decisions, especially when there's money on the line, because you really want to be able to capitalize off this, but then when you start losing money, it's almost like gambling to some extent. So you want to weigh out your risks versus rewards and be able to definitely, step up to the plate and make the right decisions. So earlier in the video, I was talking about different types of silver you can invest into during these times. And when we're talking about apocalyptic times, very SHTF scenario, there's different types, and I definitely stick to bullion. There's different reasons for each type of bullion as well. I definitely don't like heavy bars, because if you're going to be trading or bartering with someone, a 20-ounce bar is going to be extremely unnecessary. What are you gonna be trading for that's worth 20 ounces of silver? And it's not like you can take a chainsaw and cut the bar in half. So what are you gonna be trading with? The only thing I could think about is a car, but to that extent, without that, there's nothing else. Your profit margin, or your potential customer margin, definitely lowers if you are only having extremely heavy amounts of silver, especially if silver price goes up. That bar may be extremely expensive, just like why people don't really buy heavy amounts of gold. Anything above 1 ounce of gold is basically irrelevant, because who's gonna pay that much money for something? That's why silver is so much affordable, or more affordable. And when we're talking about heaviness, we can go down to fractional silver, which you can spend plentiful, just like your change. If you want to buy a candy bar, it's 75 cents, but but all you have are dollar bills. How are you going to break change? That's why junk silver, aka constitutional silver, works perfectly in this category. Not only that, but it's a piece of American history, so the chance of those coins growing numismatic value or appreciating over time also appreciates as well. And you don't have to, you can let the coins get dinged up, get scratched up, you can let them tarnish. You don't have to worry about the condition, which also is a huge player in the game, because I know when you're talking about storage, it can be pretty stressful trying to make sure all your silver is, in the right hands, whether it's wearing gloves, buying the humidifiers, the silica gel packs, the tarnish strips. It can be a full-time job trying to keep up with all the silver, especially if you have thousands of ounces, if not even hundreds of ounces. It can be a lot. So, keeping up with your silver is a lot. So junk silver is a great way. It's very convenient. You don't have to worry about it. And it's easily liquidatable. It's very liquid. It's not like you have to find the right buyer to sell it to. Anyone can take it. Your local coin shop can take it. It's government-backed silver, so people will trust that it's real. That's another thing. You want silver that people can trust. If you have a whole bunch of generic coins from some mint that no one's ever heard about, if you're in a trading or bartering situation, it's going to be extremely hard, because there's a lot of fake silver out there. If you have American Eagles, government-backed coins, it's around spot price, that's probably your best way to go. So when I'm talking about SHTF, situations, things are going to be a lot different. Things are going to be a lot different. But I promise you, gold and silver will be valuable. Gold and silver has been valuable for 6,000 years, longer than any other currency by far. The American dollar is a baby compared, a newborn baby compared to how long gold and silver have been in the game. If you think about it, our money was backed by gold and silver once upon a time, and that was the last time we actually had hope of a successful financial system. But ever since we got rid of that, ever since our dollar's been based off of faith, a promise, basically a broken promise, basically, we've been at SOL. So, just to recap a little bit, if you are looking to invest, there's a lot of emotional attachment right now, and you need to invest wisely. You want to be you want to look at things realistically. Like, I think Seeking Alpha has the VCPMI, which is an artificial intelligence robot that trades. And I always refer to that thing because that thing is not human, so it has no emotional attachment. So it can think rationally. There's no biased opinion in this robot. It looks at the numbers and it invests like that. And I always try to say invest like that because that is how you get real numbers. Just like when I was investing in Bitcoin back in the day. I didn't get emotionally attached, so I was able to invest and look at the markets, look what they're doing. This is where they're heading. These are the numbers. These are the charts. That's the facts. If you can invest like that, that's the safest way, because once you get your emotions in, it's just like gambling. If you start getting emotionally attached with gambling, you can lose a lot of money extremely fast. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's the right time to make this type of video because of the situation at bay, what's happening in the economy, and I definitely think now's the right time. So I would love to hear your input, your insight, your comments, your concerns, your questions in the comment section below. What's your strategy right now? What are you looking to do right now to capitalize, or even just to stay safe during these times? Anyways, thanks for tuning in this video. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.